What I'm gonna do is give you our special guest introduction. So, Corinne, do you wanna?
Before I do this, first of all, my nails are really fucked in it, so don't no one come for me today, innit?
Oh,
okay. Including y'all, don't come for me.
Oh,
so okay, just had to mention that because I didn't want to see it in the comments later, innit? Anyway, so you have 3 jobs, okay? With this special guest welcome. Don't miss the drop. Don't laugh. And come with energy when you're introducing yourself, yeah?
Okay.
Okay, got that. Because some people try to claim they didn't understand. Okay? Ready?
boo, boo, boo!
No, you're gonna
Stop it, calm down.
Right.
I'm sorry. I did not know that was the introduction. I'm sorry. Yo. It's Adrian Cash. You might know me from BKChat. Might know me from cussing out people on the bus. And you might know me from singing a couple of love songs still.
I'm so done.
Come on. What's everyone? I want to ask you as the guest. Why did you laugh? What was funny about that?
Yeah,
because
like
I feel like we've mastered it to the point where we sound like
it was
the DJ
good.
decks.
It was good. I just didn't expect it. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. And then you said the drop, so I was waiting for like a boom. You know.
maybe we need to add
that.
Yeah.
You would have to do that. Yeah, that's your line. No.
Come on, rehearse that one.
Get the vocal cords ready
Cool,
for
because
that
it's quite deep, so I'm gonna have to practice.
And then you, especially because you came from quite high.
Stop it. Alright,
Yeah.
cool. I got this.
I don't know. Anyway, my song of the week. Obviously, we've got Adrian Cash in the building, and we are gonna we're gonna talk about a lot of shit today, and we're just gonna have some fun, okay? But first of all, we need to start with songs of the week. Can you answer what my song of the week
Okay,
is?
sorry. Corinne, what's your song of the week?
Oh, my song. Oh, funny you asked that. My song of the week this week is Anaya Lamise, and anyone who has been listening week in, week out knows that I bang this girl heavy. Oh wow, that sounded wrong. But everyone should know that I fuck with Anaya Lamise because honestly, I feel like she sings her songs for me. Like I feel like everything she says, I say it in it, like say it in my chest.
Okay.
So this one is called Bitches Be Crazy. Y'all know why after.
Hardy Caprio. He tweeted, "It's hard to say racism isn't dead when Tesco staff told me after showing them ID that they didn't feel comfortable selling me a knife, initially because of age, I'm 23. Following that, they said knife crime is a big problem, etc. So you're saying a 23-year-old who lives by himself buying a knife is suspicious. Do you know what cooking is?" What do we think?
So can I just say that he said that because somebody then replied to him saying
maybe because a young person buying a knife is suspicious, always pulling the race card.
Yeah. So I say this all the time, I feel like comments like that come from people who are white and have never experienced racism and will never experience racism. Not saying that.
But on the flip side, devil's advocate, knife crime is a problem.
No, facts.
Babes, is as much as you're upset, I'm not gonna lie to you. If I saw, I'm not saying that I get the outrage, because if I was in Tesco buying a knife crime, man said to me I couldn't get it because knife crime is high. Sorry, what part of me looks like I'm gonna go and bore up someone? I just wanna go and slice up my chicken. What happened to you? But on the flip side, there's very much truth in the statement. Knife crime is very high. Not to say that you yourself is gonna do something, but to cover my back, I'm gonna now ask you the question of your age. I mean, because people then saying, what should they do, like raise the age or thingy? I'm not gonna lie, if a 30-year-old could go and buy a knife and go and stab someone with it, like there's no age limit to being the person behind stabbing someone. So
I think the issue here is that they said I don't feel comfortable selling you the knife. Like for me,
that's his word.
I feel like that's the issue. I feel like that's where the problem is. So it's not about knife crimes high, blah 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 blah. But you're actually sitting here in front of me telling me you don't feel comfortable. And what makes you not feel comfortable selling me the knife? I don't understand. What the fact that So, excuse me, there was a white boy running around with the knife, slicing up fucking soldiers and shit. So
I think what it is for me is just that a lot of, I'm not disagreeing with you at all, but I do feel like we do sometimes play victim in certain situations.
I think that
Because I'm not saying that I am not saying that it's wrong, that it's right of what they did, but I'm pretty sure might have happened. Less likely, but it is a possibility that it has happened to somebody that is not black or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
But what's the likelihood of someone actually going into Tesco's?
Exactly. I know. I don't think she would.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, surely. I wouldn't know because I don't be committing knife crime out here. But I'm just saying, surely it's a different kind of knife that they use.
I'm pretty sure.
Is it not? Is it Tesco knives that they
any knife is a knife, though. To be fair.
People drip people with
toothbrush.
Yeah.
Shit then.
What do you think? What's your view?
To be honest, I don't know how I feel about it, if I'm being honest with you. And this is the first time when it comes to racism that I don't really have an opinion. As you said, knife crime is a problem. I think I just remember though. I remember when knife crime started to get like really serious, that these supermarkets did say that they were going to be like a bit more stricter in how they were going to be selling like, you know, knives and stuff like that. And I don't want to say Hardy Caprio was doing anything or dressed inappropriately, because obviously, again, you could be dressed in a suit and buy a knife and stab someone. It really doesn't make a difference. But I don't know how I feel, if I'm honest with you. It's like, on the one side, are we angry because he's a rich kid that can highlight these issues? Do you know what I mean? Because I'm pretty sure there's been other people
That's what I'm saying.
other. Do you know what I mean? I think it becomes sensationalized because it's somebody who is well known, who is, you know, a celebrity.
But the fact is, we're not going to know about it if it's not anybody who is just some.
No, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to think, like, if I'm in a Tesco's or a Sainsbury's or whatever, and I see that same situation happening, am I going to be outraged? Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
I'm trying to put myself in the thing.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I'm looking at it from a perspective of, okay, he's a celebrity, so he can obviously use his platform to talk about it. But then at the same time, I'm like, if I'm in a Tesco or a Sainsbury and I see that situation, am I gonna be likely to be like, oh my days, like, what are you doing? Oh my days, you know, slavery and all of that? I'm probably not. No, do you get what I'm saying? I'm probably not going to. So I feel like that's why for me it's just like, okay, go somewhere else and get a knife. It's not that deep.
You know, like that.
I hear that. I really do hear that. But I just want to, like, like supermarkets, honestly, like, on what basis do you say I don't really feel comfortable sending you this knife? And then
it could be anything,
like,
and I think that's the issue why I can't really have an opinion, because it's like, are you dressed in like a hoodie? And again, it's semantics, innit? Because it's like, again, being dressed in a hoodie doesn't really mean anything, right? Because you could literally just be lounging around your house.
I've just thrown on the tracksuit to come,
because you just want to be comfy. But at the same time, it's like, it could be any multiple factors that contributed to that decision. Do you get what? And racism can be a part of it. I'm not saying it isn't, but I'm just thinking. I'm thinking in the grand scheme of things, and knowing the fact that these places did say that they were gonna like be a bit more, you know, strict on how and to whom they sell knives. Am I mad? Go and get your female manager to do it. Go and get your assistant to do it. Do you know what I mean? I just feel like in the grand scheme of racism, there's so many things that we
100%.
can talk about. And this one, I just don't feel
I just feel like poor Hardy. Like, how can I slice his chicken now? Like, imagine if he goes, he just left Tesco's. No, I'm saying, man just left Tesco's.
Go IKEA, they're not stopping you from buying knives.
IKEA will sell them because
of course they would. Yeah, come on, they're not
able to make their money.
I'm not stupid.
They're like Brexit, I never take the money.
Oh my gosh, Brexit.
So do you want a word or do you want the last thing that's said on the track? Because the last thing that's said on the track is oh, something like that, and the last word is hold on.
The build up for that was immense.
Well, my heart was just like.
10. 9.
She wanted to know my midnight. Mama, Papa. Papa.
Do you know what? Yeah, I have to respect that. Honestly,
I wrote every lyric, so I was like, shit, what was
no,
the
but
last
you
lyric?
had to work out what track 6 was first.
Yeah.
Okay, bonus question. Finish the lyric of this song of your EP. I build a bridge so that you can see.
There's nowhere else but here with me. There's 2 though, it changes. So it's I'll build a bridge so that you can see. There's nowhere else I'd rather be. And then there's I'll build a bridge so that you can see. There's nowhere else but here with me.
Yeah, it was that one that I was thinking.
The second one.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well, yeah, big up.
I don't like that you're winning.
You're asking me. I wrote every song of that project.
But
You already knocked him off, so you're not lost.
Fucking hell, man. It's getting mad. I hate when people win.
You never know. You might throw a
What-
curveball
what's
in there. And I
hard?
don't remember.
In an interview
Oh Jesus.
with LDN RBS
Okay, yeah.
in 2017,
Wow.
what were the 2 reasons you gave for not always wanting to take pictures with people?
Sometimes I can't be bothered, and sometimes I look rough.
Ooh, did we give him that? Yeah.
Cause that's the same till today. Sometimes
So
I'm
it was, I
tired.
don't always have a trim, and I don't
Yeah.
always want to take a pic.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad that you're winning. Kind of pissing me off a little bit. So, bonus question. In that same interview, you discussed a tweet that many people found offensive.
Oh Jesus, this tweet was a long time ago.
Oh, so you know what it is?
Yeah. I
You're
remember it.
annoying. What was it?
I think the tweet is probably not going to be verbatim though. I think the tweet was saying that essentially that Jamaica is the Caribbean, and people got mad because Jamaica is the Caribbean.
I'm just like my mum.
I mean,
Because my dad's from Antigua
Antigua.
and my mum's like, you and your small island people. I'm like, hello, I'm half of them. Like, can you stop offending us, please?
Offensive.
Did I get that right?
You did.
That's it then. He's climbing up.
See me?
He's
I
annoying
speak
me.
with my chest. I don't
really
feel.
You know, like, people tweet mumbo jumbo and they don't be remembering shit.
I
innit?
tweet my chest. But you might throw something out there I can't remember. So let's see.
Okay. In BKChat season 2,
Bloody hell.
the
Okay.
reunion part 2, I'm just
Oh
gonna put it in there.
Jesus.
What colour is the jacket that you're wearing in the title sequence?
In the what?
In the title sequence.
Blue shiny.
Jesus
Type of
Christ. How would you run?
You really didn't think I'd remember these
Wait,
things?
of
Come
course not. Who
on.
would remember that?
Come on.
And do you remember when I wrote that one? I was like, yeah, you ain't gonna get that. I can't let him get 10. Like, the
Come
fuck?
on. I'm actually going to get 10 at this rate.
Okay. Fuck's sake. No, I'm actually pissed
What am
off.
I on
like,
now?
You're on 7 still.
Okay.
When addressing the situation between you and Lucas, what did Reva refer to you as?
What did she refer to me as? In what season?
In that same episode, yeah.
You might have won some credit still.
Can you give me a how?
No,
because that was
no,
that's quite
no.
a bold statement though.
Oh well.
That's not fair. She said a lot of things that day.
You better pick one.
She said maybe I remember one. I don't know if this is what you picked out, but I remember she said maybe I've been chiefed a couple of times in my life or whatever.
No.
So it's not that one.
No.
Oh.
Was that your answer?
Yeah. I
She
can't
referred
remember.
to you as her sweetheart.
Oh yeah, she did. I forgot that. Sorry. Oh please, I'm still gonna get 9.
Is that 1?
What's the point to me, guys?
Corinne 1, Adrian 7.
Fuck's sake. Okay. According to your tweet
Oh my gosh.
on the 2nd of Feb, why do you not get invited to parties?
Why do I not get invited to parties? I said that this year? This year? What? What?
I feel like a second point coming on.
I'm trying to think what I said on the 2nd of February.
Ow, say it with your chest. Ow. That's what he said, right? He said, I say things with my chest.
Okay, tell me, I can't remember.
You
don't wanna guess?
Forfeiting the point.
Do I want to guess?
Guess. You said it.
On the 2nd of Feb this year. You have to give me the year at least.
This year.
This year. Friggin' out.
You think I went further than this year? What's wrong with you? You tweeted a lot.
Obviously. I don't get invited to parties. Oh! I remember I was saying people don't invite me to parties because they don't know who I am yet, basically. Or who I'm destined to be. Something along those lines. I got it right! Yes! Chest!
No, I'm fucking pissed off.
That's 8. He's at the top still.
He's at the top. He's Ellie Rose. Sorry, sweetie.
Amen.
Because, like, do you get a lot of people telling you that you're in your feelings?
I don't, but I know that anyway.
Do you feel like you sing about experiences?
Yeah.
Like your personal experiences?
So, some songs, yeah, 100%.
What are the other ones about? Other people?
You know what the thing is? It's the way I write is I always put a bit of how I feel into the song. Do you get what I'm saying? So, for example, Breathe. That's like I was going through depression at the time that I wrote that. So if you listen to the chorus, it's like I'm crying out, I'm breathing deep, in need of you to set me free. Your words alone, they comfort me, in need of you to help me breathe. I was talking about how my family was like around me at the time. So yeah, I would say actually personal experiences. But then when we talk about songs like Mama Papa, that has nothing to do with me. I don't go clubbing. Do you know what I mean? That was literally just like I was standing at work. I actually wrote that song in 2013 or 2014, and I was at work. I just came back from Canada at the time, and I was like, God, I've got writer's block. Like, give me something. And I was standing there, and I just heard, Mama, she didn't want me. She got bad at the end of my Mama, Papa, and I just wrote it down. And then I started producing it, and then I was like, nah, people won't understand it. And then when I was doing Illusions, it just made sense in terms of how I was structuring the storyline for the EP. So then, yeah, I just finished off the production, and then...
So are you currently in a relationship?
Nah, I'm single.
When's the last time you was in a relationship?
2016.
What happened? Why did sugar burn?
She broke up with me because I wasn't ready to get married. Basically. No, you know what? I feel like she was older than me though. Like a lot older than me, so I feel like
Was
for
that
her
her fault?
it was like,
Did you
you
still
know,
chat to her?
nah.
Oh.
No bad blood though.
Oh, I can't cuss her
No,
out then.
no.
I was gonna cuss her out on your behalf, but it's okay. Told you, I'm the crazy
You're that friend.
Told you, I'm that one.
I got you.
You want me to go for her? Or?
Let me know.
Give me the
Drop me the pin. Shit.
Goddamn. So, do you feel like that relationship has helped you? Right.
Right,
Songs.
music.
Yeah. How many songs have you written about that relationship?
You know what? It's when I write a song, the only song I would say that is specifically about one person, and then even that, it's like bits of the situation, if that makes sense. It's probably Angel's Lie. So that was intrinsically about a girl that I was seeing before I went to uni, and we literally broke up maybe 3-4 months before I went to uni. And the reason why I wrote that song, so in that song I don't ever blame anyone. So it's very much, it's talking about like innocence and closure. Because I felt like at the time, basically, she was fostered. So that came with its own, you know, kind of trauma and stuff like that. And then at the time, I hadn't ever really addressed. I told my mom I was molested when I was 15, and then I'd never really addressed it after that. Do you get what I'm saying? So I was also dealing with my own kind of battles at the time, and I cared for her deeply, but I just mentally wasn't prepared to hold up like a relationship as to what she wanted. Do you get what I'm saying? And then it's like she was doing certain things at the time which made sense, you know, in hindsight.
Yeah.
But I just was like, no. Let me focus on my studies. Let me focus on you. So I ended it. So when I was in uni, like I gave myself like a writing task. So I was producing and I was like, okay, let me, like, what can I write about? And she was the, you know, that closure of that situation was kind of the topic. So I would say that is the only song that's specifically about someone. In terms of like, even for example, Breathe is not about one person. It's about how, you know, different family members kind of, you know, pulled me in and supported me throughout depression. Illusions, which is one of my favorite songs that I've written, is about, I would say it's about like elements of all the girls that I've been with in terms of the good things, and what I would like in terms of like a relationship, but then kind of feeling like it's been played about with me in a sense. So the songs are like, I take bits and bobs from relationships and then kind of create, you know, a narrative and a story.
Do you enjoy single life?
Yeah.
Do you have
but I mean, I'm
DMs?
Slightly, but but you know what it is? I'm getting older. Let's say older.
I hear that.
And I want to have a baby. Like, I'm at that stage where I'm like desperate to have a kid. So
really,
yeah, I really need that. I really want a child.
Why?
I don't know, like I just really want a kid. So for me, it's like, as much as I do like my freedom, I'm at a stage where I'm like, I kind of want to be in a place where it's like, it's that, you know what I mean? I'm getting old, and I'm building. Do you know what I mean? And I would like to build with someone. So yeah.
Cute. It's cute or whatever. Even clear the
No,
throat.
because there was really no need. Like, that's the thing. Like, it was just too much.
I wanted to try. It's okay, I'll try later. You ain't gonna stop me. The fuck?
try it home first.
What, the note?
Yeah.
Oh, you was gonna do the note.
What? No, wow. Okay.
She could try.
I kind of like my hearing, so I mean,
it's not gonna be that bad.
Do you know what I mean?
Just
I
breathe.
Want you to also have hearing.
Just
So
breathe.
I feel
Just
like
breathe.
maybe-
Just breathe. Just breathe first. Just breathe.
Mariah. Beyonce. Shit. My eye. Goddamn. Tripping.
I'm not gonna do it.
Oh,
As
God.
you can hear, I'm very hoarse. Hey.
So for those people who, because obviously in your intro you said people might know you for cussing people out on a bus.
Yes.
People might know you from BKChat, and people might know you for obviously music. So I think a lot of people didn't know that you actually did music.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Unfortunately.
Is that so? Would you have preferred people to know the music before? Because I think a lot of people probably know you from BKChat. So would you have preferred people to know you for the music and then gone on to BKChat?
Well, that was what I was trying to do in terms of. So I've been in the industry for a while, putting out music, but the music that I put out isn't particularly. How do I say this? So there's R&B music in the UK that black people do, and then there's what I do. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm slightly also crossover pop, which is very rare for you to see a black male in that space. So I mean, if I go to shows and I perform and stuff, you know, it's been an easier way to kind of garner fans, but yeah, black people just don't connect straight away to that. Do you know what I mean? Because I think the focus and what is being pushed is something else. But I mean, at first I was a bit wary that people would know me simply for BKChat, and you know that would just kind of be my legacy. But you know what? It's God's plan at the end of the day. BKChat gave me a platform where, you know.
I was gonna say, so do you feel like BKChat kind of helped or hindered?
Yeah, you know what?
process?
It's a double-edged sword.
Okay.
It's a double-edged sword. So it's helped in the sense that a lot of people know you, you know what I mean, and people come to your profile and stuff like that, so by definition they will see the music, you know, but it's hindered in the sense of what do they stay for, do you know what I mean? So it's like I would get interviews to come and talk about like BKChat. Like I remember recently in the last year, I'm not gonna say which platform, but in the last year I'm getting invitations to come there to talk about stuff that happened like 2017, do you know what I mean? And it's like they're like, oh yeah, be as free as possible, and I'm like, my G, like it's 2 years, that is done and dusted, and I'm not gonna come on here and say anything ridiculous, do you know what I mean? And I'm not the type of person that's particularly, I don't care for like social media beef and the politics of it all, do you know what I mean? Like now that I'm not a part of BKChat anymore, it is about the music for me, and that's ideally, now that I've got that platform, it's now to build it into what I've trained my entire life as a musician. So that's what it is.
I mean,
now.
luckily for you, I don't watch BKChat, so I can't actually ask you anything about it. You got any questions?
Nah, honestly, because I think with BKChat for me, it was just the frustration. I don't know how you do it, because everyone's just shouting. I just want to bang everyone's head together. I just don't know how you do it.
You know what? I went back for the Christmas special, and though it was nice to be around the old cast again, yeah, that's one thing I did not miss at all. The kind of try to shout to get your point across.
Do you know what it is? I think it's because you just got a lot of black people.
It's like you
And
need
black people
stick.
are very, you need like I'm holding the bottle now, so I
I'm
get
talking,
to talk.
so I'm holding.
But you know what?
stick.
It's that, and then on top of it, it's like because we only film for a certain amount of it's basically an hour. So it's like everybody's kind of rushing so that they get what so because of that you have people that's talking and just won't shut up, or you have people that interrupt, you know what I mean? And sometimes because of the cameras being there and outside of the cast members there's other people in the room, so sometimes, especially first season, a lot of people got a bit camera shy, like, oh my, do you know what I mean? So there's a lot of factors I don't think people contemplate when they think about how an episode is actually like filmed. I feel like some people think that we have time to research stuff. We don't, so we'd actually go into an episode and then the minute the camera says roll is when we find out what we're talking about. So it's like, for me in particular, my method was let everybody like speak while I think about what I actually want to say about this topic.
Do you ever open the envelope and think, I don't have an opinion on this. I ain't got shit to say.
Yeah. There was one episode where they were talking about penetration, and I kind of sat there silent for the whole thing, and I thought, I really don't want to sit in a room full of people talking about penetration. Personally,
I just like, this topic don't bang, fam.
But it's for me because I like to think of things on like both sides. I don't just like to open up the envelope and be like, oh yeah, this is you know what I mean, because the conversation does mature, it goes into different the places. So I try to listen, engage kind of where it's going, and then kind of put in and see how my opinion can kind of slot in, where it needs to slot in. I don't like talking for just this. And she was like, yo, this is gonna be a hit. Like, she was like, no, this is lit. Like, it's lit. So I thought, okay, so I'm gonna do this Illusions project now. So what is like the lead single? And I thought I didn't do enough with Angel's Life. So then I got it reproduced like by a new producer to kind of make it R&B, because it wasn't R&B originally. But I wanted people to know that I'm an actual gospel like trained singer. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, the perfect way to end it is kind of on a melancholy kind of reflective mood where I'm actually singing. Do you know what I mean? Where you get a kind of more of a taste of what the original production would have been like. So the chords that is on the stripped version is actually the original chords from the first one that I wrote. So what he did when he reproduced it, he changed the chords completely. So it changed the vibe. I'm not mad, but then I really wanted to bring those chords back because that's why I wrote the song, you know what I mean? So then I was like, okay, bring those chords back, make it gospel-y, just show them my roots, and I felt like it was a good ending to the project.
I feel like you've spoken about producing a lot. So do you also produce some of his?
It's crazy, but it's crazy because people don't really realize that I do all of it. So
up you.
I didn't produce Breathe. That was a co-production with Nutty P. I co-produced pretty much all the songs. The one that I solo produced was Mama Papa. Sorry, just trying to remember them. Mama Papa, Strange Fruit. Strange Fruit. Mama Papa, Strange Fruit. And Sweetest Taste. Those I did on my own. I co-produced Gravity. I co-produced Illusions, and I co-produced The Last Angel's Lie.
Do you like producing?
Yeah, and to be honest, all the new music, I'm the only producer. Like the next single that I'm releasing, I produced it, I wrote it. Like,
do you produce for other people as well?
You know what? That's a new thing that so I've never really been confident as a producer, which is why I co-produced a lot for Illusions. So what I would do was I'll come up with like the chords to write the song and like a basic beat of what I would want, and then I'll take it to like another more seasoned producer, and then I'll be like, okay, so yeah, literally like, so then I'll be like, so for like Gravity, for example, I'd written a song when I was driving the bus, funnily enough. I'd written a song going up this hill.
Hold up. Pause.
Not written, not physically written.
Past that like you did. Just say it.
Not physically right.
While you're driving?
In my head.
That's why he be not letting other people on, because he's like, I gotta go places and finish the song.
Really, no, big man thing. Because sometimes you get the idea in your head, and like I can't have and I was like, I had to sing it all the way down to the other end and then write it down, like literally. So sometimes my brain, like, it just be like active. So I wrote that. And then I actually played it to Nutty P, who produced Breathe, and he was like, oh, let me produce it. But I was like, no, this is for a different producer. So then I'd come up with all of that, and then I brought it to him, and I was like, yo, it needs a sick bass line, but I don't know how to do it yet. So can you do the bass line? So that's why it has the
This is weird.
So yeah, but yeah, I produce a lot. So this year I've actually taken that talent and actually started to try and do it for other people. So I had one session with an artist called Vonne, where I actually am producing and co-writing with her. It's exciting times. It's actually going out of my comfort zone, and trusting myself.
Man.
Yeah.
You have to.
Trusting
Get the
myself.
bag. Shit.
Get the bag.
Don't fumble the bag.
Don't fumble the bag.
That is not my portion.
Amen. Claim it. Claim it. 2020 secured the bag.
So is that what's next for you?
So what's next for me is actually I'm working on my album. Yeah, my debut album.
Jeez.
I'm gonna say the name. Rich Girls Don't Marry Poor Boys.
I need a nigga with about 6 figures.
Yeah. Tell us.
Yes. Say that again for the people in the back.
Rich girls don't marry poor boys.
Figure, 8 figure, that's my type.
You guys are crazy.
Yes. Without be marrying you broke. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
I'm gonna have my own money though, so it's okay if you broke. I'm gonna have my own
can
shit.
one of the songs be called Big Facts?
I could think about it. Big facts.
I feel like that's what like number one should be.